Next, please join me in all of our favorite part of graduation. Let's welcome Zoie, Isabella Petitto, presenting Your Vienna, our student speeches. You can.
Slow down, you crazy child. I hear the first line of Vienna by Billy Joel and immediately feel nostalgia. When I was only 9 years old, this was just the old song that came on in the back seat of my grandparents' car. That familiar piano introduction, the melody, and the lyrics that never fully absorbed at that young age felt comforting. Much like these last 13 years I spent growing up in Medina city schools. The song ends with the lines, "Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you?" I wondered at the time, what does he mean by Vienna? And why does it wait for us? From kids innocently roaming the halls of our respected elementary schools to where we are today, graduating together. We were all crazy children, eager to grow up and be like the cool high schoolers that once babysat us. And now as adults, we are tasked with the responsibility of creating our own destiny, capitalizing on our passions, and being the future we desire to see for ourselves. Parents, staff, and this year's graduating class, my name is Zoie Petitto, and I am absolutely honored to be standing here speaking to you today. First, I'd like to thank our administration for the phenomenal job they've done on ensuring a safe return to in-person school this year. I'd also like to thank my wonderful parents for all they've done for me, and no matter what, always supporting me, as well as all the families here for supporting their graduates today. But most of all, I'd like to thank my best friends and the class of 2021 for making goodbye such a hard thing to say. It truly has been a great ride, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you for making it through these past 4 years, especially the unconventional senior year we just finished. It was only at the beginning of this year for me that Billy Joel's lyrics went from a familiar chorus to something more like a wake-up call. He says, "Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you want to be before your time." When we rush the process and fail to absorb every ounce of an experience, we cut it short. Too often, it is the fear of failure which pushes us forward rather than the desire to succeed. But when we push too far ahead of ourselves, we simply fail. I believe this group is destined for great things, but great things come with time and patience. We will not achieve great things tomorrow, and probably not next week either, and that's okay. Slow down and enjoy your time, because if high school taught us anything at all, it's that life flies by. Everything you wish to become will be here before you know it. When we graduate today, it is only the beginning of what our lives will consist of. Remember that having ambition is good, but ambition coming at the expense of your relationships, ambition coming at the expense of your mental or physical health is just time you'll never get back. As Vienna continues, it says, "You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right." Sometimes, all we need is to believe in ourselves. We, as the future, the ones who can change the world, deserve to give ourselves more credit than we currently do. Criticism that we faced growing up never fails to perpetually haunt us, but after today, there's a clean slate. Today, start living with the confidence that you can change the world, that you can limit self-deprecation and replace it with self-encouragement and motivation. A negative view of yourself or your future should not be the one you take to the grave, so start now. After all, whether beneficial for some or maybe harmful to others, Medina High School is the place that we've leaned on. Not just physically, but emotionally. Because this is not just a building. It's where Mr. Ayler enthusiastically talks about his favorite fish. It's where Mr. Hammond dragged us through his B notes from 2012 in Honors Chem. I actually like chemistry now though, so thank you. It's where Mr. Brewer boasts about his favorite movies and, of course, the last time he got Chipotle. We didn't get the full experience in this building that we deserved. But moments like these are the ones to remember. Not the Google Meets, not the virtual events, or anything that got canceled, but the times where we all got to be together. To think we were so eager to grow up, and now this is it. You will never step foot into this building as a student again. You will never see some of these faces again, and I think that's one of the hardest parts about today. Knowing that we can never go back and relive just one more good day as a high schooler in the halls of MHS. On my drive home from my first day back in this building as a senior, when Vienna came on, it hit me that I was no longer in the back seat. I was driving. The lyrics had meaning, and I finally understood the metaphor behind Vienna that I once questioned. At that moment, I realized we have complete control over our futures. We can drive in whatever direction we want. We can finally mature enough to embrace the dreams we've shied away from. And as Billy Joel says, dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Vienna is a metaphor for growing up. Vienna is the rest of your life. Vienna is what you make of it, and it's waiting for you starting today. It's been a pleasure to grow up with you guys, and I can't wait to see what your Vienna looks like. Thank you for the best 4 years. Good luck to all, and go Bees.
Thank you, Zoe. Please welcome Superintendent